Although most regulation has been defined and adopted by all states throughout ICAO, some states within their own regions have created separate additional layers of regulation, an example of which is the European Union, the EU. This lesson will therefore briefly mention the regulations and the governing bodies within Europe. The driving force for a common civil aviation policy across Europe is the European Civil Aviation Conference, ECAC. Set up in 1955 under the auspices of the EU and ICAO, its aim is to define a European approach to a general structure for civil aviation in Europe, licensing, safety, European regional air traffic control, and a structure for civil aviation marketing within Europe. Because of its established position within Europe, ECAC is able to be the forum for the consideration of major civil aviation topics relevant to all the European states. The Joint Aviation Authorities, JAA, is an associated body of the ECAC, representing the civil aviation regulatory authorities of a number of European states, who have agreed to cooperate in developing and implementing common safety regulatory standards and procedures. The JAA membership is based on signing the JAA Arrangements document, originally signed by the then current member states in Cyprus in 1990. The JAA's work began in 1970, and its original objectives were only to produce common certification codes for large aeroplanes and engines. From 1987, its work has been extended to operations, maintenance, personnel licensing, and certification and design standards for all classes of aircraft. With the adoption of new regulations in 2002 by the European Parliament and the Council of the European Union, a new regulatory framework was created under the European Aviation Safety Agency, EASA. This new agency of the European Union has subsumed the responsibilities of the Joint Aviation Authorities. EASA is the sole European regulatory and executive body concerning civil aviation. Presently, the JAA now only exists in a transitional phase to help liaise between EASA and the civil aviation authorities of the non-EASA JAA member states. Eurocontrol was founded in 1960, with the objective of providing common air traffic services in the airspace of European states, the Single European Sky Initiative, and strengthening cooperation between members in the matter of air navigation. Today, it has a much wider remit, most notably in the field of air traffic flow management, which has led to the establishment of the Eurocontrol Central Flow Management Unit. In 1990, a harmonised licence for air traffic controllers in Europe was launched, when the ECAC transport ministers called for the development of guidelines for the training and licensing of air traffic staff in ECAC states. This work became part of the European Air Traffic Control Harmonisation and Integration Programme. As Europe as a whole continues to evolve and adapt, the European aviation community will also constantly change and evolve. So to stay fully abreast of the changes, make sure that you consult with your instructor regularly to stay fully up to date. A more recent ongoing development is the European Air Traffic Management Programme, which, through its ATM 2000+ initiative, will allow gate-to-gate clearances. That is, an air traffic control clearance all the way from the departure to the destination airport.